Good evening. Welcome to Cryptic Crunch. Tonight we are talking about witches. So hang on to your hats and grab your brooms. Let's go soaring into the clouds. And with me, as always, is Keisha.
Hello.
She's looking rather witchy today. I love it.
The sad part is I sent a picture of myself dressed up like this, and I said, "Look, I'm a sexy witch," and he told me I wasn't trying hard enough. So,
oh
no. Just letting you all know how much I love my husband right now. So, yeah.
Well, up in Canada, you would be really sexy right now with the flannel. So.
Oh yeah, I wear flannel like my life depended on it.
That's our lingerie up here.
Yes. Sweet. So yeah, we're doing witches, man.
Yes.
Yes. This is like my favorite subject.
So, okay, let's go down the Yeti Hole. What do you know about witches?
So as somebody that comes from a long line of witchy people in my family, quite a bit. I also studied witchcraft. So I know quite a lot.
Oh, wow.
Where would you like to start?
Okay, so do you... Hello, husband. So your family has been studying witchcraft. They passed their knowledge on to you. How long has the witch?
So as far as I know, it's just my grandma and my aunt.
Oh, okay.
But I grew up around it, so like I just always remember, like, my grandma she looked like a witch. She had the long black hair. It was kind of scraggly. She had the bony hands. And every year for Halloween, it gave her the option to dress up as a witch and go out in public. And like, she loved it. She would throw an entire haunted house for our neighborhood every year just so she could like dress up as a witch, which I thought was awesome, of course. My aunt kind of went a different way, trying to like burn down the house with the kids and stuff, but that's a different story for a different time, guys.
Ooh, okay.
She is no longer living. I love her to death. Weird saying, but so she used to teach me things like that when I was younger, and she would be like, Keisha, the color you look best in is black. And then she would go narc on me to my mom and be like, your daughter's trying to be all witchy. I'd be like, yeah, I can't win. But so I just kind of grew up around it. It was a love-hate relationship. The time my mom, witches actually have like Bibles. I wish I had mine in here right now because I do still have several of them. There's different authors. There's different sects, like sex.
Yep.
But so like there are so many different types of practicing witchcraft that honestly you can't really go wrong. I used to consider myself eclectic, which just basically means that I picked and chose what I wanted from it. And yeah, the first time my mom found my witchcraft book, it was not good. I've never heard my mom yell at me like that in my entire life and threaten to burn it. And so
Oh
I
my.
convinced her that it was my friends from school and that I couldn't burn it. I needed to give it back to my friend. So she said, "We're not going through that." So therefore, but it was fun. In other words, it's been a while. It's been a while since I actually practiced or anything
Mm,
like that. But, um, you know,
yeah.
hey. But I did bring up some of my. This is my old book that I wrote. Uh, so we'll cover up some stuff here. But so I just brought this. I wrote most of this in a different language. And then after I stopped practicing, I actually went over and blacked out all the pages as best as I could because it's still a good notebook. um, but it's like all like this.
Hmm.
And the ones that I did leave, you would have to be able to decipher it.
Okay. Now,
So
I know I've seen that writing before, not entirely sure what it is. Kind of reminds me of Greek, or not Greek,
they're
Egyptian
kind of
writing,
like
but
witch runes. It's like a there's several different types, so I don't remember which one this is called, but they're actually what they used to write with or write in if you are a practicing witch. Not all of them do it, but I am I'm an overdoer. So but if you guys want, I do have some deciphering codes in the back because I knew one day I would forget what all of it meant. Which of course I did. I can't write in that anymore. I used to be almost fluent in it. And I
and
guess
that
if you
that
don't
answers Carl's
practice,
question. Can you still
oh,
read the language? Looks like runes.
it is in ruins. I unfortunately, if you don't practice, you kind of lose the ability to. Um, but it was fun while it lasted. um, so I loved making my own potions and tinctures and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I still do stuff like that, but a lot of the time it's based off of scientific evidence now rather than just witchy things.
Yeah.
Um
Uh,
so
so my thing with witchcraft, okay, so back in high school, I got tangled up with a couple of people who thought they were witches, and I thought the whole thing was pretty cool. Um, and so we kind of made up our own rules as far as witchcraft goes, and not entirely sure if I was correct half the time. But yeah, and then of course one of my friends decided to try her hand at, instead of being a white witch, she wanted to do more dark magic, and I couldn't I couldn't hang out with her very long after that, because I just, no, that's not where I wanted to go with it. Of course, I'm more of a healer than wanting to
oh,
cause havoc.
I made something blow up once. I was doing a lot of practicing witchcraft is intent. Like putting intent into something. It doesn't so much matter as to like if you have the right ingredients or something. It's the intent you put into something when you're doing it. So I had a friend, unfortunately, during high school who came out, and his parents did not approve of it. They were very abusive and they ended up kicking him out. and I remember doing a protection spell for him. And as I was doing the protection spell, I actually had a seashell blow up. Yes, honey.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you tripped on your wig?
No, because you did move it.
Oh, okay. Well, bring your wig over here, baby. I'm sorry you tripped on your wig.
Now you baby
Oh,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, keep
Crying
talking about
baby.
witchy stuff. I'll be right there.
Okay, yeah. All right. So, yeah. I like Donna's comment. Don't all teenage girls play at witchcraft at one time or another? It wasn't a bad thing. It was, well, in my case, yes, it was. I think I think that is very normal for teenage girls to, go into the witchcraft thing, especially around our time where the craft came out. There was a bunch of movies that it played along the lines of
That was actually one of my favorite movies.
and then of course you had different television shows that dealt with witches as well. The 90s was, not all vampires. It was witches and vampires. So, yeah, so we had that. I will have to say that, Sabrina the Teenage Witch was a better show back in the 90s than they tried to bring back for today's standards. Not a huge fan of the teenage dramas, but yeah, the newer Sabrina the Teenage Witch, it's terrible.
Okay, so I'm actually rewatching the entire Sabrina series.
With Melissa Joan Hart.
This is
Yes.
just a wig.
Yes, I know it's just a wig, honey. Thank you for telling the entirety of the world.
There's a hat and there's a bow tie right over here.
You're killing the illusion. Oh, I love children. So, can't wait to have more. Yeah, James. You goof.
All right. So we have a lot of comments in our, but go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. You want a hi, Dolores. Instant, extreme close up on
I
Dolores'
muted
eyes.
you in order to save you.
Okay, so let's address the comments first of all. Donna, hi, Carl, and then we have Dan. Got here around 90 minutes ago. You know what? I'm glad that you guys all just like save the screens and wait for us to pop on. And then we got Johnny in the comments. During the broadcast, you can support our page by sending stars and digital gifts that help earn us money and make it easier to create and great entertainment for you. Yeah, maybe I should put up the scroll. Okay, and Dan says, one more day for this week, then back on nights on Friday. Boo. Carl loves your hat.
Thank you, Carl. I'm sexy.
Eli, hello. Can't gotta BUI brooming under influence. You're not supposed to be drinking potions while you're flying, dude. Burning down the house. Holy crap. Oh, no. Let's not do that either.
Carl,
evidently...
I know you just want to pick apart my entire life. Go for it. I'm down for it. Just We'll make up a session.
You're gonna have to. You'll be paying for his retirement. You go into this.
I have enough life stories to do that.
Carl, let us know if you're willing to take on a patient. All right,
I'm a
Eli.
normal patient, though. Okay.
Evidently, my Scottish ancestors dodged the bullet by a decade after the Salem Witch Trials when they migrated to Massachusetts. I'm sorry, I cannot say that word.
Massachusetts.
Thank you. I'm very much Canadian. I apologize.
That's okay.
Talking heads have a lot to answer for. Yes, they do. Like a salad bar. All right. The Keisha Be Crazy Nomicon. Hey, Keisha Be Crazy.
Are we doing
Evil
a
Dead,
con
Lovecraft.
on Keisha Be Crazy? Because I've heard it come up a couple times.
I'm all for it. Hey, the hashtags help. Keisha Be Crazy hashtag. I love it. We've already answered that. Had a similar story involving fantasy video games and book involving the RPG called Vampire the Masquerade. You know, I almost had a chance to meet the guy who wrote the Vampire the Masquerade. We will not get into all the details about that, but I hope that I can actually reach out to him and interview him because he seems interesting. The Book of Nod, Gallatin Tien, it does have its satanic panic moments. And I love the fact that Johnny's in the chat, despite having some family things come up. We wish you luck, Johnny. We love you. Yeah.
Also, thanks for the comment on the lighting. I'm using my phone today because my computer is broken. Hi,
Eli
guys.
apparently has the ability to see auras. I hope that my aura's not discolored in any way.
Eli, please read my aura because I want to know if you get the same color as other people / myself have gotten. Because I used to be able to see them.
Oh, yeah.
Rather well.
Johnny, wait, Keisha's a witch too? Why am I not surprised?
You know what? I went through a phase where I went to every church known possible that I could think of when I was a teenager because, as some of you know, I ran away at 16 and I went on this whole soul searching, find myself thing. And so I basically went through everything. I am also considered a prophet in some states and have been asked to join several cults. So, yay. So if you guys want to go down that Yeti hole at some point, just let me know. I can tell you all about the fun times I've had in different churches.
You know what? I still want to go down the Yeti hole and talk to you about the different cults that you've been a part of. Allie's in the chat. She's one of my good friends. Even if you lose it, you can often reawaken it. Spent most of my life running from the weird, and when I embraced it, just needed a jump start. Good to know. And one of these days I will have to interview her about her Native American powers as well. So yeah, Dolores, you have to admit it's a pretty hat and wig. Yes, it is. Like you know what? I'm with Carl. Oh, whoop, that's sorry.
Oh, wait,
Dan.
was that for me? No.
Dan, Dolores, you have to admit that's a pretty hat and wig, but there was a comment, I swear. There it is. Donna, I really like the dark hair. Yes, I do too. I think you look amazing with dark hair.
So last year when I was losing most of my hair, I actually dyed it black. But then I grew out my natural hair color, which is hiding under here, which is I'm naturally blonde. Go figure, right? but I do like the black on me. I just don't like the maintenance because I am a very low maintenance person. This is the first time I put on makeup or any effort into my appearance in several months.
Ellie goes, most of the powers are just strange dreams, though I can do some tasty chicken witchcraft. I'm with you on that.
A lot of people actually still call me a kitchen witch, which is fun because I had somebody bring it up last week because I'm constantly in the kitchen making tinctures and all these other things for healing and cooking, and they're like, you're a kitchen witch. And I actually have what I call a kitchen stick.
Okay.
So it's a stick that hangs over my sink that I dry all of my herbs on and stuff like that for winter. So I have just bundles of sage all along this stick and yarrow and several other things. And somebody said something about me being a kitchen witch, and I was like, ha, yeah. So maybe that's what I am. I'm a kitchen witch. A Mormon kitchen witch. I like it.
So one of the things that I was listening to the Bailey Sarian podcast where she talks about history. And did you know? I did not know this, that the first person to, or the first witch to fly a broom was actually a male. I did not know that until Bailey Sarian told us that. I highly recommend listening to her podcast or watching it on YouTube. She's all full of great knowledge.
I'm not great with the history of witchcraft, but if you ask me how to do a spell jumping around naked, I know how to do those. So, I mean...
remind me not to piss you off.
No, they were all good things. I never did anything dark, okay? Have you met me? Never mind. But yeah, the only things I used to try to do were like binding spells and stuff like that so that people, couldn't hurt people that I loved or couldn't hurt me. And you know what? It may or may not have worked. I'm not sure.
Eli says that you two are kindred spirits. Yeah. As long as the stick doesn't contain the soul of a dead boy.
No, that's the one right here. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. It's on my desk somewhere. I think I lost it on my desk. I'll find it. It always pops up in the weirdest places.
Maybe Dolores took off with it again.
You know what? Maybe.
All right. So throughout, here's a little tidbit about my city. We have a place called the Witch's Hut. It is in a park called Kildonan Park, and it's kind of taken. Kind of has the story of Hansel and Gretel. But yeah, I have yet to actually go there myself. At one point, I was gonna try hosting a photo shoot there, but the popularity of it, I had to cancel because otherwise I'd have to spend money on a permit, and I didn't have enough money for a permit for a photo shoot at that park.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I was just hoping to just do like a quick in and out, not have like a whole bunch of people just like... I really want to host a gathering like that where, I get a bunch of people dressed up, but the problem is something like that, you need a permit. And yeah, it's just not something that, I can afford at at the moment. Lots of different things, pop culture wise, for witches. Movies, The Witches. One of it, that is actually one of my favorite childhood movies. They did a remake of it, which wasn't as good, but I thought it was a good movie. Hocus Pocus. It's amazing how much that movie became a cult classic. And it still makes me laugh today that the guy who turns into the black cat Jinx is in NCIS.
Binks.
Binks, I'm sorry.
Zachary Binks.
See, I don't know my stuff anymore. But yes, thank you for correcting me. And the second movie just released like at the beginning of the month.
Yes. Have you seen it yet?
Not yet.
Okay, I don't want to spoil
it. I want to see it so bad. And speaking of Hansel and Gretel, that movie was actually really good. I love Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Very steampunkish. I wish that they would continue with the series, but who knows. I would really like to see that continue.
I actually haven't seen it yet.
So good. And then of course Wizard of Oz.
Nobody knows who that is.
One of them, wasn't that like the first portrayal of witches on screen? I could be wrong with my information on that. Someone will correct me in the chat, I'm sure. But yeah. And then, of course, that brings us to Wicked, one of the best musicals out there. Saw it live when they did their tour here in Winnipeg. It's so good.
Good. I'm gonna get so much hatred for this, but I've never seen it.
I love it.
Watch it.
Yeah, Margaret Hamilton did such a good job as the Wicked Witch of the West, and I think that they do, like, I don't know, you can't top Wizard of Oz. No matter how many times that they try to bring it back, try to recreate it, you can't redo what they did.
Follow
for
the
that
yellow
movie.
brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow. I've watched it a couple times.
The Witches of Eastwick is also another good movie. For those of you who haven't seen it, highly recommend. The Hut and the Park are cool. It is, like, I keep seeing pictures, like my friends posting up pictures. So one of these days, I think before winter comes, I'll have to go there and take a few shots. Everything okay?
Mom life. She's hot with the blanket she has, so she wants me to get a cooler blanket for her. So I will promptly do that in a little while.
Okay.
30 minutes.
Okay. Have you heard of the play of Macbeth?
I have.
That's also another portrayal with witches. I haven't actually seen Macbeth live, though I hear a lot of interesting stories that you're not supposed to say the name Macbeth while in a theater, because weird stuff happens.
You know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to do it.
So I wasn't a theater kid, so I don't know the story behind that, and how that actually goes into, like, all theaters not wanting to say Macbeth. But
I felt like I just turned into like a country witch because I adjusted my hat. I'm wearing flannel. Like, is a country witch? There's got to be some way to configgle those two words to make a cool word. So I'm apparently a country witch.
Oh, Eli with the knowledge. There's a silent film called Hexen, and it's an early documentary about witches. Very spooky demons in it. Huh.
I like it.
I'll have to look that up. Donna with Witches of Eastwick is awesome. That is a very good movie. I feel like I'm missing some pop culture knowledge when it comes to witches, but I'm sure you guys will tell me all about it in the chat. History wise, yeah, like I've never gone to any of the sites for the Salem Witch Trial. I have yet to travel outside of Canada. But okay, so Donna with the knowledge. Story goes that the actor playing Lady Macbeth died on opening night in 1806. Oh,
interesting.
Huh.
Also, I wanted to inform you guys of how well I'm getting at ventriloquism because of you guys. Because I constantly have to mute myself to talk to my daughter, and I've learned to talk through my teeth like this, so you guys just think I'm smiling the whole time. And really, I'm having a full-on conversation with my daughter. So if I look like I'm creepily smiling...
We're going to have to get her a creepy doll that she can talk through.
Hi, everyone. I'm Keisha. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm definitely normal. Bye. So, but yeah, like I'm back here having straight up conversations with my daughter. So you're welcome. Also, thank you for teaching me that lovely life skill.
No worries. Actors call it the play, never by name. Okay, that's good to know. You're getting good. Yeah, you are. Again, we're gonna have to get Keisha a creepy doll.
Practice makes perfect.
Freaky Fred smile from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, is that what it looks like? I like it. He's one of my heroes.
Oh.
I'm obsessed with that episode. Sorry, I'm on my phone, guys.
Oh, no,
so in order
that's okay.
to see all of your things, I have to poke the screen.
So a couple of years ago, I helped out at a place called Terror on 12, which is like a haunted maze. One of the first characters that I portrayed was a witch, and I had so much fun with it. I think I lost my voice in the first 2 hours because I was doing the witch cackle so loud and so many times and just trying. And then of course we were right beside the guy with the chainsaw. So people would come running back to us, and I'm like, no, scoot, go back. Wrong way.
I help run a haunted house every year because I'm me. And so our area is actually called the Witches area because that's our theme.
Nice.
So I'm excited. This year we have skulls all over the wall and a big creepy guy in the corner. I really like it. If y'all are in Illinois, the weekend of Halloween, the weekend before Halloween, come check it out in Varna. You'll see me being a witch again. But I'll be in full costume then. I mean, full reality. There we go.
Cool. All right, Donna with more knowledge. Also, Shakespeare had to step in. Dueling Macbeth productions in New York caused the Great Astor Place riot in 1849, leaving at least 25 dead and hundreds injured. Holy crap.
Why don't we have Donna on the show again? She's like a plethora of knowledge.
In another 17th century production in Amsterdam, the actor playing King Duncan was allegedly killed in front of a live audience when a real dagger was used during the stabbing scene. Holy crap. That play sounds like it has caused more damage than it should have. There has also been several riots during productions of the play.
Sounds like it's causing some problems.
Wow. That should we even be portraying Macbeth? Like, is that a play that
100%
like,
yes, we should.
like,
We should.
I feel like it's safer doing a radio play of Macbeth than it is, doing it live. Wow. I did not know all that information. Thank you, Donna.
If you find any other cool information, go ahead and drop it, because always willing to learn on this show.
So yeah, when I was pretending to be a witch, I was looking at all kinds of little spells that I can try doing and trying to like fix my life with certain things. And yeah, it's if you're not a practicing witch and you have no clue what you're doing, your best bet is to go find someone who knows this shit.
So I practiced for several years, to the point where I knew what color, like each color of a candle meant, like what they were good for, that kind of stuff. I still have my entire collection of crystals and runes and all those good things. Several decks of basically cards now, but like I don't know, I just have all the stuff still, because getting rid of it just seemed weird. But so, I still vaguely remember all the things that I used to do. Like, if you're using a specific candle for a specific spell, that is the only thing that can be used for, like, ever again. That's the intention you're giving to that specific thing.
Oh, okay.
It was the same way with, like, different crystals. So selenite was one of my favorite crystals to work with, because selenite is basically, it can be in place of basically any crystal you want. It's kind of like, it's a purifying crystal as well. So that was like one of my favorites. And then I used to have different ones that I would wear around my neck for different things, signifying different things. Money, relationships, etc. So at the time, I did fully believe that all of this stuff, I still kind of believe that the intention you set is what you get back.
Yeah.
But not as hardcore as I used to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, I was definitely into it. And if you know my personality, I get into something and I'm like, I am going to know everything about this specific thing for the rest of my life. And so I would, like, ADHD at its best.
The hyper-focus comes in.
Yeah, the hyper-focus comes in, and I will spend weeks, months just binging everything I possibly could on the subject, buying all the books, buying all of the crystals, buying all of the everything. I still know where to get all the stuff. So, like, I don't know. It's just one of my things that I went through. It was kind of like my emo phase. If you guys ever want to see the pictures from that, let me know. It's great.
How do you feel about Blink-182 coming back on for a tour?
So my best friend actually sent me the link for that. And she's like, we should go. And I was like, maybe. I don't have money, so it's not gonna happen. But she's probably gonna go. I remember in my teens, my favorite song though was "I'm an Emo Kid." For those of you that don't know what it is the best song ever.
My husband, when we were dating, loved Sum 41. And
also love them.
Yep, and so we listened to their albums like nonstop during 1 year. It was hilarious. That
Man, now
was...
I've got one of their songs stuck in my head. I cannot sing it out loud because it is highly inappropriate.
Yep. So yeah, I my husband's not an emo kid, but if he had an emo phase, that was probably it.
Y'all, I also went through a juggalo phase. For those of you that do not know, I definitely wore clown face paint for a good several years of my life. Also, I make a really cute clown.
I can see you kind of doing like the Harley Quinn thing.
Oh, no. Mine was creepy clown going to mosh pits and beating up guys. I will send you the pictures later because I literally was the cutest clown.
See, I can't see you listening to like Insane Clown Posse or anything like that.
I still remember every single word to every single song. I still own all the CDs. Yeah, I still know all the words because that was in, I think it was in Carl. I just given you a little fodder to work with. So my cousin used to sing me to sleep with ICP when I was little. So if you want to add to the fodder of what made Keisha, just sprinkle a little bit of that in there. So you're welcome, Carl. See, and Carl, if you don't know what ICP is, I suggest you look it up.
A lot of people went through a goth phase, and I honestly, because I grew up in foster care, I couldn't really go through so much of a goth phase because my foster mom refused to let me even dye my hair. So I think the most of any kind of phase I went through, well, other than the witchcraft thing, I went through like a weird, monkey, the monkeys and, Cher phase.
I was going to say, please continue with that because all I heard was I went through a weird monkey phase.
No, I like listening to stuff from like the 60s and the 70s. I absolutely loved, and I started taping the episodes of the Monkees. And then also rewatching, Sonny and Cher and listening to, I went through a hippie phase. Let's be honest. The 90s had brought back the platforms and the bell bottoms. So yes, I became a hippie in the 90s.
So if you guys did not know, I'm obsessed with the 50s. Oh. I love the music, the dress, etc. My child is so wonderful. So I was the same way with the 50s.
Interesting.
Which is the complete opposite of what you would consider if you looked at the phone. We looked at the fact that I was doing witchcraft and listening to ICP and stuff.
My mom bought me a pair of lime green bell bottoms, and my foster mom hated me wearing those because, well, let's just say that they were like form-fitting to my body. And then of course she bought me the lime green t-shirt to go with it. So yeah, I looked like a lime. But I loved that outfit. I don't know, there was just something about that outfit that I felt good wearing. So, but yes, I kind of miss my hippie phase.
I still am in my
I
hippie
would
phase.
like. I want to go. I want to go.
I made a pair of bell bottoms for when I dressed up as Janis Joplin for a costume thing, and yeah, I'm using doilies as the I split the pair of jeans and sewed a doily in between, and I love them. I still have them, and sadly, I will never be able to fit back into them because they're size 5. There's no way I'll be able to fit a size 5 pair of pants ever again. But yeah, it's amazing what kind of phases it kind of stick with you. And then the witch phase, I kind of wish that I would have continued with it and learned more from it. And
Oh,
actually...
we should start a coven. Let's do it. I'm down with dancing around naked at night. Let's do it.
You know what? Had I known someone who actually was, more knowledgeable in that, I think it would have been much better. But yeah, like learning the whole white light, healing process. I think I would have been a good white witch.
I used to consider myself a green witch.
Oh.
So I mostly worked with nature.
Okay.
So
makes sense, yeah.
For those of you that still know me, basically I'm still the same thing. I just don't call myself that anymore. So I work a lot with plants and animals and stuff like that, natural resources, which I still do, just in different ways, which is always fun.
All right, so we do have some more comments. Yeah. There has also been several riots. Okay, yeah, we've read that. Lots of real-life deaths, injuries connected with the play. No wonder it's bleed bad to say the name of the Bard's play. That's crazy. I didn't realize that there was that much surrounded by from Macbeth. That is crazy. I got that from the History Channel's page regarding why actors don't say the name of the play. And yeah, that's insane. Drinking all this in. Thank you, Carl.
I'm sorry, Carl.
That's what I love about the people in the comments is we learn so much from them as we are trying very hard to pass our knowledge on to you guys. And the show is very much about the people in the comment section. Keisha would be fun at Helicon.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We're gonna have to get you a booth one year. Keisha is fun all the time, but don't jump into the stick. If there is anything that you will haunt, what would it be?
If I got to haunt something?
Yeah.
A pen cap.
A pen cap?
A pen cap. Mom!
let's try to make it a very expensive pen. That way, people aren't gonna want to throw it
Nope,
just the
ballpoint.
in.
Ballpoint, one of the cheapest ones you can get.
Oh.
Like,
All
I
right.
want this. You're gonna be writing in some foreign language that you don't know just because you bought the wrong pen. I can imagine somebody writing an entire book and then realizing that they look down and all they see is scribbles on the paper, but they thought they wrote an entire book. I think that sounds fun.
Huh. Interesting. All right.
What about you, Willow?
I will probably have to go with the computer system. Probably like lawnmower man kind of situation. Yeah, I already mess with electronics, so why not go for the gold and just like screw around with people's computers?
I feel like the pen cap, if I was to haunt it, I would make it like a Ouija board. You can't burn it. You can't throw it away. It just always comes back.
Oh.
And even if your pen runs out of ink, like the next pen you pick up, automatically, whoop, I want to mess with some people. Like, they'd just be sitting there trying to write out their grocery list, and I'd be like, I'm coming to get you. And they're trying to write, like, ketchup. I find that, as a writer myself, I find that a very fun idea. Yeah, pen cap.
I love that. That is awesome. Okay, so Halloween's coming up. Got any plans for Halloween, Keisha?
So, like I said, I help run a haunted house. So I will be doing that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
And do you take donations for that, or is it just something that you do for fun?
We don't charge, but we do take donations if people are willing to give us donations. And then we also have a bake sale, which I bake for because, me, I like to bake. So whatever money we raise from the bake sale goes towards our school. I run a nonprofit, and we raise money for a school scholarship every year for the kids going into college.
Oh, okay.
So whatever money we raise ends up going towards that. Or from the actual haunted house, if we do get donations, it gets split between the Varna Community Club and the fire department.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. All right, so I'm curious. Do you happen to have like a witch name? Or have you ever thought of, calling yourself any other name other than Keisha?
You know what? I vaguely remember it, but you have to realize that this has been a very long time since I have practiced. Let me see if I had anything in my journal about it.
I love Dan's comment. I've been haunting the internet for decades. I can see you doing that, like totally like haunting people's Wi-Fi. Actually, I think that would be more Carl's thing too, is like, messing with people's Wi-Fi. Just to get back for all the years of working in IT. Uh-oh. That's not what I had in mind, but sure. Once you know her name, I think you have power over her.
So what I'm hearing is, don't tell her my name if I find it.
Oh.
Okay, am I all crackly to you, or is it just you to me?
Yeah, something went a little... Okay, I was just joking about messing with the electronics and computer system. Go away, ghost. um, boy, does Willow know you are what. uh, I do want to upload my mind into the internet. You see, that's why I said that would be fun to do, like Lawnmower Man style. Just yeah, make stuff come alive. And
according to my daughter, your voice sounds really freaky. Because
I'm really sorry.
Echo. It's okay. You're haunted. It's cool. You did this. You're the one that said it. now you're paying the price.
I will try very hard not to creep you out, and because you need to sleep. Okay. So while Keisha's reloading and rebooting, yeah, thanks. I sound okay. I'll leave you be, but you have to admit that's funny power to have. It is such a stupid power to have. I've messed with electronics as far as I can remember, and I call it the dumbest mutant ability, because I will literally walk into a room, especially now at work. Every so often, their computer system will like literally crash, and they can't give us our work schedule, or like what rooms we're supposed to be doing. So for like a whole day, it was I'd clean one room, call down to the desk and be like, okay, what do you want me to do now? Oh, she hit the mute button too many times. You know what? So StreamYard has been kind of glitchy tonight, so it might be because partly because you aren't using the proper thing for that StreamYard likes us to use. Who knows? Stuff happens. But yeah, no. At when I worked for EB Games, I would crash our system. I just press a button and the whole thing would restart. Even at Starbucks, like for some reason, if someone was trying to pay and they tap their card, the debit machine and the computer system would restart. And it's always when I'm working, not when it wouldn't happen until I walked into the building. So yeah, that is a really dumb mutant ability, and I haven't figured out how to fix it. My husband tells me I need a grounding wire. But yeah, no, when it comes to StreamYard tonight, it has been acting up. I tried putting on a virtual background, and it'll be fine for a little bit, and then it'll strobe light. So yeah. Yep, that's StreamYard and me with the glitchiness. Oh, so now you need to visit Starbucks every day. Yeah. If I can pass my curse onto any company, it would be that. Yeah. All right, you guys are amazing. Thank you very much for tuning in. I love all of you. You guys make the show so wonderful. If you love our show, contribute at buymeacoffee.com/cerealboxpod. If you hate our shows, contribute it anyway so that we can make improvements for you. Buymeacoffee.com/cerealboxpod. On behalf of myself and Keisha, you guys have a wonderful night. You guys can catch me anywhere on social media. I am all over the place. You can find Keisha on Instagram and Facebook, and on TikTok. So Keisha has a book. Let's find out what it is. All right. You guys have a wonderful night. Next week is the Ice Cream Queens, and then we have an After Dark episode for you at the end of the month. All right. You guys have a good night. Bye.